Hello, my friends, and welcome to this full moon energy report. I am your host, Shakti. Welcome to Shakti TV. If this is your first time attending an energy report, we are going to break down the energy of this current cycle. I do this on new moons and on full moons every single month. And the reason I'm calling this an energy report is because it's not an astrological report. So we're not going to talk about astrology and the alignment and conjunctions of the planets and what's happening. So many amazing astrologers that I love that do that. What I'm most interested in is bringing you guys the big picture of the energy that's happening right now on the planet, to talk about what you might be experiencing in your life, what the collective is experiencing as a whole, and how you can best navigate that. I'm going to use some oracle cards. I'm also going to do a little bit of channeling. And again, this happens every single month. So firstly, I want to give a shout out to all of my Patreons. If you're not yet a part of our Patreon community, there is the link to join us. Patreon.com/Shakti TV. So the benefits of being a Patreon, especially a patron from the top 2 tiers, is that you get to have behind the scenes access to these videos. So when this video goes live, that very same night, I'll be doing a special behind the scenes live stream for my top 2 tier patrons. And they are going to get to have live card pulls specifically for them and channeling specifically for them, guidance for them in this current moment in their life. So the perks are really cool. Go check them out by joining the community. And there's so many options to join and support the work as well. And you also have your own posts and your own kind of, like, I already put in a calendar of all my upcoming events. So they get a little bit of more behind the scenes and ahead of the game stuff, early releases like this video, etc. So let's dive right in, shall we? Okay. So right now, there's so much coming to the surface. So in the last video, when I talked about the new moon, it was just like all these things being uncovered and truths coming to light. And now I feel like it's full on blast. Everything is coming at us, and it's coming at us fast. So I'm just going to jump right into the cards, and we're going to talk about the story that it's telling us. So of course I got Gaia's Garden, which it's a flower moon, okay, in Scorpio, which you don't know a lot about the energy of Scorpio. It's one of the, to me, one of the signs I enjoy the most. They're typically very connected to their sexual energy. They're very connected to their sensuality. They are lovers. They are water signs. They are very powerful. And I love that. I feel like this moon, in combination with the fact that it is a flower moon and the fact that we got Gaia's Garden, which is all about Beltane and spring and the abundance of earth, such a beautiful, powerful energy. And because, again, I've been talking a lot about the Great Awakening and birthing a new earth, I feel like this is the energy that we want to birth a new earth in. And Gaia's Garden is letting us know this is the season for the harvest. Now is the time to harvest this new earth that we have been so anxiously awaiting. It is happening. It is here. It is real time. And we just have to ride the wave of that energy and be patient through the process, as well as persistent in taking a stand for what we believe to be true and right. Okay. Because following Gaia's Garden is heartache and loss, okay? And this particular frame of this deck, it pertains to the mental body, okay? So many of us are living here because of everything that has happened in our world in the past couple of months. Our entire lives have been turned upside down, and so many of us are grieving jobs, grieving the lives we used to know. We're grieving because maybe we're taking the red pill and we're waking up and we're realizing that the world we thought we knew is not the world we actually live in, and it's scaring the pants off of us. There's so much that's happening right now that could lead to this feeling of heartache and loss, on top of physical loss that people are happening, of people or circumstances or events, not being able to attend birthdays, not being able to attend, concerts or events or anything that we had planned. Mourning all those things is absolutely normal, and that is part of what's happening right now. So I feel like this card shows up to honor the fact that that is happening for so many, and we don't want to sweep that under the rug, and we don't want to say, no, this is not happening. But I want you guys to understand how much hope lies ahead for where we are going and for what can unfold from what we are currently living. Okay. So I do have a series called the Fireside Chat. So if you don't follow that series, there's a playlist on this same channel called I think it's now Fireside Friday Chats. Every Friday I go live and I do a little rundown of an alternative narrative to what's happening in the current media and the current events, and what we can do to take a stand for ourselves in the birth of this new earth. So if you're interested in that material, I'll post a link up there. You can click on it and follow that playlist after watching this video. So following that card, I got the Keeper of Scales, which is all about fairness and balance. I deeply feel for a long time, our planet has been completely out of balance. There has been way too much manipulation, control, and corruption happening. We are currently trying to seek a new way, a new harmony, a new balance, not just for our country. I'm in the US, and that's definitely prevalent here, but for the entire world. And as peaceful as this card looks, and as peaceful as the concept of harmony sounds, getting there oftentimes brings a lot of disharmony. And that saying that it's always darkest before the dawn is so, so true. So right now, I feel like a lot of people are freaking out because there's so much confusion, not because we should be afraid, just because there's so much misinformation and there's so much confusion. And what I want you guys to know and what the cards are saying is we are finding our way back to harmony. And sometimes that looks messy. And it doesn't look as simple as just like, well, now we're just all going to flow and cooperate. There are forces currently at play that do not want to cooperate. They do not want harmony. They do not want you to remember who you are. They do not want us to feel in harmony. And so they are working against that desire that most of us are putting out into the universe. And so hence there's a lot of tug of war energy happening right now. Okay, the next two cards are so, so important because they're so relevant to what's happening right now. The Shadow Queen, which is all about acquiring knowledge, holding a lantern up to the dark and shining a light on all the ish that has been happening in the background that we didn't know, that nobody told us, that everybody was getting away with and just not making it public knowledge in the healthcare system, in the government, in everything, financial system, everything. So much wool has been over our eyes. We have not been able to see the truth. And right now it is a period of shining a light and showing what has been happening. And as a result, that's creating tremendous crisis. This is a card of obstacles and challenges, and it's a violet rim. It's a spirit card. It's creating so much disruption and cognitive dissonance in the majority of people. So if you are a truther and you're on that tip and you're trying to red pill people and you're getting a lot of backlash, as I have, understand that people are literally watching their world crumble and they are terrified. They don't understand what's happening. Everything sounds crazy. It's a lot easier to say, this is just conspiracy theory nonsense, and I don't have to pay attention to it. That feels more comfortable, even if the direction they're being led and the narrative they're being told is terrifying, because at least that narrative is familiar and somewhat makes sense to them. So if you are receiving the backlash, have compassion and understand that we're in this together. Some people are not going to take to this well. Most people are scared out of their mind, and that we have to know that and be able to hold the space for that, okay? And if you are someone who's freaking out and your world seems like it's falling apart, let it fall apart. I'm telling you right now, let the old world go. The new one is so much better. It's worth it. It's worth letting go of the old narrative to acquire the new one, because where you can go when you know the truth, when your eyes are open, is to an empowered place, is to a better future. It's so much more than what you have right now, okay? The following three cards are how you are going to navigate this best, okay? The theme of it is solitude, quiet, self-study, and self-reflection. You guys, take the time to watch videos counter to the narrative you currently follow. Put the pieces together yourself. Don't accept materials and information that you're being given just because it's being given to you. Do the self-study, okay? Practice rest and rejuvenating practices. Taking care of your body, slowing down, meditating, tapping in. Withdraw emotionally from drama. Don't get dragged into fights. Don't get dragged into he said, she said. Don't pull yourself away. Use the block button. Don't get caught up in that. It's stealing your vital energy. You need all of that energy to work on yourself, to come to your center, to align with your truth, and to decide how you want to move forward, okay? And here's something that I want to include in this conversation. So many of us have lost our way in listening to our intuition, and this has happened to us collectively. We've given so much power to science and so much power to the scientific method and showing and proving and tangibility that we've lost the thing that we were born with, which is a natural inherent capacity to sense when something is right and when something is wrong. We've lost it. It is gone for so many of us. We are blindly following science, which is really a new thing that just popped up on the scene not that long ago, like respective to humanity, okay? Western science specifically. And we are trusting these people that we call experts to direct our life. And what we are forgetting is that simply because they have a degree or are studied in something does not make them good people, does not make them interested in our well-being, does not make them interested in taking care of the collective. They just have information, but they can use that information any which way they want, and they can tell you whatever they want about that. And because we have lost our natural innate capacity to have a gut feeling about something and say, this doesn't sound right, or that person doesn't feel right, we are blindly trusting experts because of the pieces of paper that they have accumulated. No, no. An expert does not make a person interested in your well-being. An expert does not make someone a good person. An expert can take their expertise and use it as a gun or use it as a potion, okay? Like, expertise doesn't determine intention. This is very important for you to understand. Expertise does not determine intention. Intention is something that you have to sense in yourself when you're listening to these experts on TV talking. Really feel into your body, because that's what's going to help you understand what's actually happening right now. And that's why I think the emotional withdrawal, the solitude, the self-study is so important for us to be able to tell what is coming from within us instead of going by everything that's being shown at us. Okay? That's so important right now. So important. And I want to close up this energy report with these two amazing cards, Positive Movement Forward in this red frame, which is all about what's being physically manifested in the world, and the Winged Wise Ones, which is all about angelic support and help. This is where we are going. We are moving into a brighter, a more beautiful future with so much angelic support. There is so much support on and off planet right now for the ascension of this planet. There is so much support on and off planet right now for getting us to a place of cooperation, of cohesion, of love, of vibrating at a frequency that is supportive and collaborative. And it is winning. Despite what we might fear, despite what the other narrative wants you to believe, we are not going in that direction. We are winning. We are moving in the direction of having a more collaborative future. And that is what scares the pants off the darkness, because they know that they are losing. They are losing control. And that's what they need to be doing, is losing the control. And that's why the world, the matrix as we know it, is crumbling, because the control is being lost. And it needs to be lost, because we need to wake up to what our actual reality is. Wake up to who we are. Wake up to our sovereignty and own that. But know that you are so supported and loved, and you are so guided every step of the way. And the more time you make to really connect with that internal voice, that gut feeling, that third eye intuition, the more time you make to really know how to sense into the information that you're being exposed to, the more you are going to know exactly what truth is, what a lie is, and what to pay attention to. You will become so discerning of the material being sent your way that you will no longer be making decisions based on egoic narrative beliefs like, oh, well, this is who I generally align with, therefore I will follow that narrative. No, you will start to say, okay, even though I generally align this way, let me listen to this information and then decide out of that bit of information what really resonates as true, okay? That is the ticket here. So I want to wrap up this energy report with reminding you that you are a sovereign, powerful being that you are capable fully of taking care of yourself and honoring your needs materially, physically, energetically, and spiritually, and that you are not alone and you have a world of people near you and far from you and energetically plugged into you that are seeing that for you and that are supporting you without even knowing it, because we are all one. Individuality is an illusion. We are not separate. Okay, so the collective supports you, and we are moving in this amazing future. We're moving into this amazing future with so much hope and love. Enjoy this beautiful full moon. And if you're going to do a ritual, set an intention for the earth. Again, set an intention not just for yourself, but for the collective and for the earth, for this beautiful birth, so that we can all get through it together and brighter than ever. All right, my friends, thank you so much. Again, to my patrons, I love you so much. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you on the next stream.